Alright, let's talk about AI music, specifically Udio, but I'm going to be honest with you from the start, because right now, everyone online is selling this idea that AI music is some kind of a passive income hack. You type a prompt, you upload it to Spotify, and money just starts coming in. And, you should buy their course or whatever. That sounds good, but it's not reality. The reality is more simple, and at the same time, it's more demanding. Yes, you can make money with AI music. That part is true. People are already doing it. There are AI-generated artists with millions of streams, some even charting without people realizing the music was AI at first, so the opportunity is real. But the way you approach it, well, it determines everything. Let's start with the basic system, because this is what you need to understand first. At its core, making money with Udio works like this. You create music using AI, you upload that music to platforms like Spotify through a distributor, and then you get paid per stream. It is simple, it sounds simple, but it is not easy, and it'll never be. Spotify, for example, pays roughly a few dollars per thousand streams, somewhere between $3 to $5, depending on various factors. So if you get 10,000 streams, you might get around $30 to $50. If you get 100,000 streams, maybe a few $100s. If you hit 1,000,000 streams, now you're talking a few thousand. So yeah, money is there, but it's not instant. And this is where most people fail. They upload one song, maybe two songs, and then stop. And that will never work, even if the song sounds like this. This is a volume and consistency game. Now let's talk about Udio itself, because this is where things have changed. With Udio, you can generate full songs just by describing what you want. Genre, mood, vocals, instruments, everything. You don't need to know music production. You don't need software. You don't need experience. You just need ideas. And honestly, that's powerful, but also dangerous, because when something becomes easy, well, everyone starts doing it, which is exactly what's happening now. Thousands of AI tracks are being uploaded every day. Platforms are getting flooded. And if you just create random songs with no direction, you get ignored. So, instead of thinking, I'll just make music, well, you need to think differently. You need a strategy. The first strategy that actually works is going niche. The people making consistent money are not trying to compete with mainstream artists. They're not trying to create the next viral pop hit. They're creating music that people use. What does that mean? Well, things like lo-fi beats, or ambient music, or study music, or sleep sounds, or meditation tracks. Well, that's what people use. And why does this work? Because people do not listen to these once. They play them for hours. They just want to set and forget. Someone studying might play like for 2-3 hours straight. Someone sleeping might loop it all night. And that's multiple streams from one listener. And that is exactly what you want. Now, here's how you use Udio in this context. You don't create one track. You create a batch. You create 10 tracks, 20 tracks, even more over time. You build a catalog. Because this is not about one song going viral. It's about stacking assets. Each track is something that can generate streams over time. Udio is really simple to use. Just describe your song. Choose if you want to write your own lyrics, or if you just want to go instrumental, in this case like this. Set the vibe and create that song. Now the uploading, because this is where beginners get confused, you cannot upload directly to Spotify. You need a distributor. You can use TuneCore. You can use CD Baby. Or you can use DistroKid. DistroKid is my favorite one because, yeah, it'll cost. All of these will cost. But this is only per year, all right? $25 per year, and they do all the work for you, all right? They also handle payments. They essentially act as middlemen. All right, they take your music and they push it to Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube Music, whatever. All of them charge yearly fees. Some will take a cut. DistroKid will not take a cut, just this yearly fee here. And once your music is live, well, you're not done yet. This is where most people make another mistake. They upload and wait. That doesn't work. You need to drive the traffic yourself. And this is where YouTube becomes extremely important. You take your AI generated music, you turn them into long videos, not short clips, long form content. Just have a look at what these people are doing. 3 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. Like this has 1 hour. So just learn from these people that are here before you and what they're doing. Well, they make these longer videos and you create these like mixes, lo-fi beats, beats to study, beats to relax, whatever. Look at it. It's all there. Just learn from other people. And then these videos perform well because people don't actively watch them. They just press play and let them run. But on top of it, they've got a link in the description, the link to the Spotify playlist. And this works because not a lot of people use YouTube Premium. They don't want to listen to ads every now and then, but most people have Spotify sub. So they've got all these songs on Spotify as well, and their link is going to lead the traffic there. And that's it. This will create watch time. Now, here's the smart part. Over time, when you get monetized on YouTube, well, you can get paid from both platforms, Spotify and YouTube. But of course, that's way down the road. You're not going to be making this overnight. It's not going to be successful even in a month or two. It requires a lot of work and consistency, but this is the way. Now, let me tell you that again because this is important. Most people will not make significant money from this quickly. If you upload 10, 20 tracks with no audience, you might make a few dollars a month, maybe nothing. After months of consistent uploads, maybe 50 plus tracks, you might start seeing anywhere from $100 to $300 per month. To reach full-time income from streaming alone, you need millions of streams consistently, and that's a full-time job here, all right? And very few people reach that level quickly. That's the truth. It's not gonna make you rich. It's just not possible, all right? But here's what separates the people who succeed. They don't treat this like passive income. They don't treat this like a dream or, get rich quick thing. They treat this like a business. They pick a niche, they build a catalog, they promote their content, and they stay consistent. And most importantly, they don't rely on one income stream. Because smart creators, they don't just use Spotify, they stack, all right? They use YouTube, they sell music packs, they license their tracks, they build an artist brand. But of course, that's all way down the road when you get more experienced on how to make these songs sound good. And that last part matters more than people think. If you look at successful AI artists, they're not just uploading random songs, they have a style, they have a name, they have identity. People follow them, not just the music. That's the difference between making $40 a month and building something real. Now, let's talk about some risks because nobody mentioned these. They just, you're going to make money, you're going to make money. Platforms are changing. Rules are changing. Some platforms are already cracking down on AI spam. Millions of tracks have been removed. Algorithms are getting stricter. Spotify does allow AI music, but they're just getting stricter. The music has to be better. And there are also copyright issues. If you rely 100% on AI without adding anything of your own, ownership becomes unclear, which means someone could copy your work and you might not be able to stop it. That's why maybe the smarter approach is not going fully AI. Use Udio as a starting point and then improve, then edit. Add your own touches, make it yours. That helps with quality and with long-term protection. Now let's bring this back to you. If you're thinking about starting this, you need to ask yourself something really simple. Are you willing to do this consistently for months? Are you? Because if you're looking for fast money, that's not it. I've said it. If you're looking for something you can build over time, then yes, this can work. But it requires consistency, it requires patience, dedication, effort, and a system. There's no shortcut here. Udio makes creation easier, but it doesn't remove the work. And that's the part most people don't want to hear. That's the problem. So if you decide to do this, do it properly. Pick a niche, create in batches, upload consistently. use YouTube for traffic, build a catalog, and think long term. That's it. It is simple, but it's not easy. And if you stay long with it, long enough, it compounds. And that's when it becomes real. That's when you can have a real story behind it. So, yeah. You have a link for DistroKit down there. You can use it or not, or you can just, Google it. And I wish you good luck. Catch you in the next one.